all your fault," Mr. Okonkwo shouted at Chike, his anger filling the air. "If only you weren't deaf, this would not have happened to her." Many years ago, in the heart of a peaceful village called Umudike, nestled among the swaying palm trees and red earth, there lived the Okonkwo family. In this family was a boy born into a world of silence. His name is Chike. His father, Mr. Okonkwo, had longed for a son to carry on his legacy after having 3 beautiful daughters. He was so full of joy when Chike was born, but his joy soon turned to bitterness after a few years. As Chike grew, he discovered that Chike, his only son, was deaf. Deafness, he believed, was a curse and a stain on the family's image. "Nobody in my family lineage has ever given birth to a deaf child. How come I am the one with such bad luck of a child?" he would say to himself and even to his wife. Mrs. Okonkwo didn't let Chike's deafness to be a problem, as she made sure to be very patient with him. She would slowly move her hands, lips, and hold Chike's hands as well, while looking into his eyes each time she wanted to communicate with him. Chike was glad that his mother was patient with him, but was not happy that his father, Mr. Okonkwo, wasn't ready to be patient with him at all. Instead, his father would get pissed and irritated each time he tried communicating with Chike, as his words weren't very clear as well. His father's disappointment and anger gradually manifested into harsh words and cold indifference between them. "A useless bundle," he would mutter as he frowned his face whenever Chike entered the room. But amidst the shadows of his father's disdain, Chike continued to find solace in the loving embrace of his mother. Her hands, fluent in the language of love, spoke volumes that transcended the barriers of sounds. Chike soon became very comfortable around his mother, and his sisters didn't care coming around him, though he didn't mind. They would sometimes come around him only to laugh at him under their breath as they tried saying something to him, knowing that he was deaf. Chike's mother, who knew what they were doing, would often scold them, but they did not stop to mock Chike. Chike continued to grow strong and close to his mother. She taught him how to embrace himself and love himself no matter his physical challenge. And majorly with Chike's zeal and interest in all his mother was doing, his mother started to teach him how to do all domestic houseworks like cleaning, washing, sweeping, and even how to cook delicious meals. Chike was excited, and he learned all his mother was teaching him so fast and soon became an expert that it became part of his usual daily routine. He would wake up very early each day, sweep the compound, wash the dishes, cook the food for the day, and even made sure that inside the entire house was sparkling clean. Chike soon got used to it all, that he does those things with so much ease. His sisters, who used to do a little of the house chores before, quickly stopped doing any house chore and would rather prefer to relax while watching Chike do all the housework. Sometimes, his second sister would even say to him, "You are the last born, so you are supposed to keep doing most of the housework." Chike, who was now used to doing all of those house chores, didn't mind, as he now derives more joy in doing them. And also, what mattered most to him was the smile he usually sees on his mother's face whenever he has done everything he needed to do, and the gladness she feels after he had done all the necessary house chores for the day. His mother would continue to bless him and pray for him, and sometimes she would signal to him, teasing him that any woman who would be his wife someday would really enjoy this part of him. Chike was grateful that his mother was so kind and loving to him. But his sadness was his father, who whenever he returned from work would always give him a cold and scornful look. It was like a bitter pain has come piercing him. Then one fateful day, tragedy struck the Okonkwo family like a thunderbolt from the heavens. While Chike and his mother were on their way to the farm, Chike stopped by a mango tree. He signaled to his mother that he is pressed and would like to go ease himself around the nearby bush. His mother signaled back, informing him to do it quickly. Immediately Chike left into the nearby bush. The wind started to blow. The mango tree where his mother stood started making a crack sound. Chike's mother heard the sound and moved a bit, not completely away from the tree, so that Chike would easily locate her when he is done. Just within a few seconds, the tree gave a big loud sound. Boom! And it fell. Sadly, a part of the tree fell on Chike's mother's feet. She screamed very loud and cried for help as her leg crushed beneath the weight of the tree. In the deafening silence of the bush, Chike did not hear her cries for help. It was after a few minutes, as he came out of the bush, he was shocked to see a crowd of people gathered around where his mother had stood waiting for him. He rushed to find out what was happening, and to his surprise, his mother was on the ground crying helplessly. At that point, Chike got a bit confused as to how everything happened so fast. Just within a few minutes, he left to ease himself. Without wasting time, the villagers who were there joined hands to help remove the tree from her feet. Then two kind villagers helped Chike to take his mother back home, as one of her feet is now swollen and hurting badly. Soon, they got home. Mr. Okonkwo, who was listening to radio in the living room, rushed out and was shocked to see his wife in such state, knowing it was just a few minutes she left with Chike to the farm. After hearing about how the incident happened, Mr. Okonkwo looked at Chike, held him onto his shirt. "It is your fault," he roared, his anger palpable in the air. "If only you weren't deaf, this would not have happened." With each passing day, Chike's burden grew heavier, his spirit battered by the relentless tide of blame and scorn. He was thankful that his mother was gradually recovering fast, but though she was still unable to completely move around easily. The next day, after his father had gone out and his sisters left to their friend's place as usual, Chike went to his mother's room. With tears staining his cheeks, he told her that he had made up a decision that would change the course of his destiny forever. With nothing but a heavy heart and a longing for change, Chike informed his mother that it's time he leaves home because his father is making life unbearable for him, and perhaps he has come of age to go hustle and see what life has to offer him. Mother: Yes, I am deaf, but I believe I am special, just like you always tell me. I did not choose to come into this world this way, but I trust that I am destined to achieve a lot with all you have taught me, Chike affirmed to his mother. Mrs. Okonkwo's heart raced as she felt a heaviness about what Chike just told her. She has gotten so fond of Chike, as he happens to be the only one in the family who is ever ready to always assist her and do things exactly the way she wanted it to be done. Mrs. Okonkwo pleaded with him not to go, but to wait a bit and inform his father about his decision. Chike insisted that he has to go, and he promised her he would hold on to all she has taught him, and soon he would make her proud. His mother looked deep into his eyes and saw he had already made up his mind and was determined about his decision. And being fully aware of the strained relationship between him and his father, she decided to let him go. She gave him her blessings and bid him goodbye. Chike tearfully hugged his mother tight, picked up a few of his belongings, and left his father's house. Mr. Okonkwo got home that evening, not finding Chike around. His wife informed him that Chike had left the house. He sighed and acted unconcerned, continuing his usual evening routine. Chike ventured far away from Umudike village into the unknown. As he walked along the dusty path, his thoughts was consumed by the weight of his sorrow. Not long, fate intervened in the form of a pregnant woman struggling under the weight of her burden. "Let me help you, ma," Chike signed. his hands reaching out in a silent offer of assistance. Surprised by his gesture of kindness, the woman named Ngozi accepted his help gratefully. Together, they traversed the remaining distance to her home, where her husband Uzo welcomed them with both arms. Moved by Chike's selflessness, his ordeal, and not minding he was deaf, Uzo offered a place in their home, a sanctuary from the storms that raged within his own heart. And so, amidst the warmth of their hospitality, Chike wasted no time to showcase his cooking skills and ability of carrying out house chores with ease. Ngozi and her husband were surprised at how well a young man like Chike was able to do a lot of housework with ease and in no time too. They saw him for his ability and not his disability. Soon, Chike found refuge in their home, his days filled with simple joys of laughter and companionship with the couple. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Chike became an indispensable part of the household, his hands waving magic as he tended to the chores with diligence and care. From dawn till dusk, he graciously showcased all his mother taught him. Uzo and Ngozi liked him even more, especially when Ngozi gave birth. Chike would wake up very early and help her get all the things ready that she would be needing to bathe the baby. He would sometimes help carry the baby at midnight when the child is crying and sing lullabies that made the baby fall asleep. Also, he would quickly wash any clothes the child happens to mess up. One morning, tragedy struck in Uzo's palm oil production farm, leaving a void that threatened to affect productivity in the farm. Sensing an opportunity to prove his worth, Chike offered to fill the gap, his determination shining like a beacon in the darkness. Uzo, who knows how hardworking Chike is, wasted no time to let Chike come help out at the farm. He brought in Chike and introduced him to his cousin, a young beautiful woman named Amaka, who is the manager of the palm oil production farm. Uzo made sure to inform her that Chike was deaf, so she would be able to know how best to communicate better with him. Only a few hours into the work at the palm oil production farm, Amaka was impressed by Chike's energy and speed he exhibited while carrying out the work. Amaka continued to observe and notice Chike's potentials. His deafness was no longer a barrier, but a badge of resilience. As he labored in the palm oil production farm, his heart soared on the wings of newfound purpose. He knew that his journey was far from over. Under Amaka's guidance, Chike's world expanded beyond the confines of his deafness. With patience and perseverance, Amaka taught him the art of sign language, unlocking the doors to a realm of communication that he had never known existed. With each new sign he learned, Chike felt a sense of liberation, his thoughts and feelings flowing freely from his fingertips. No longer bound by the shackles of silence, he embraced the gift of communication with a fervor that bordered on reverence. Even after the worker he covered for returned back to work, Amaka made sure to convince Uzo that Chike would be a good, capable hand for the business, and so he should be employed as a staff in the palm oil production farm. Uzo agreed, and Chike became a staff in the palm oil production farm, and soon he started getting paid like other workers. But Amaka's kindness towards Chike did not end there. Recognizing the challenges that Chike faced as a deaf individual in a hearing world, she sought out a solution that would bridge the gap between them. And so it was that one fateful day, she presented him with a small device that would forever change his life: a hearing aid. As Chike placed the device in his ear, he heard the world come alive with a symphony of sounds. Tears of gratitude welled in his eyes. For the first time in his life, he felt truly connected to the world around him, no longer an outsider looking in, but a participant in the dance of life. Armed with his newfound abilities, Chike embarked on a journey of self-discovery. His heart filled with hope and determination. With each passing day, he proved himself to be a valuable asset to the palm oil production farm. His dedication and hard work earning him the respect and admiration from other workers. But amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, Chike's thoughts often drifted to the family he had left behind. The wounds of the past still raw and tender. Yet, even in the face of his father's cruelty and his siblings' indifference, he held on to the belief that love would one day conquer all. And so, with Amaka's help, Chike dared to dream of a future filled with promise and possibility, where his deafness was not a hindrance but a source of strength. Soon, Chike's reputation grew within the palm oil production farm. So too did whispers of his remarkable journey reach the ears of his family back in the village. Though they had once scorned him for his deafness, the passage of time had softened their hearts, and now they yearned for reconciliation. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizons, Chike received an unexpected visitor at the farm. It was his eldest sister, Adanna, her eyes brimming with tears of remorse and regret. "Chike," she called, her hands trembling with emotion. "Forgive us. We were blind to the greatness within you, but now we see." Moved by her sincerity, Chike embraced his sister, his heart heavy with the weight of forgiveness, and as they stood beneath the starlit sky, their bond strengthened by the trials they had overcome, he knew that healing had finally begun. Soon, he requested for permission from the palm oil production farm to go visit his mother, but sadly, the permission was not granted because Amaka was to go survey a new location for the business in another city. Uzo trusts no other person to handle the place effectively in Amaka's absence other than Chike, so he urged Chike to please postpone his visit to some other time, hopefully when Amaka comes back. Chike understood and had to wait for a few days. When Amaka came back, his permission was granted. Chike was glad that he would see his mother after so many months. So out of happiness, he went to the market and bought a lot of things like clothes and accessories for his mother, and also a few more things for his father and sisters that he would give them when he visits them. On the day he was to go to Umudike, Amaka offered to drive him there. Chike was grateful and the journey went smoothly. Soon, they arrived at his father's house. Chike's mother, Mrs. Okonkwo, sighted Chike coming out from a car. Out of shock, she shouted, "Chike, is that you?" And she quickly threw the knife she was holding and rushed to where Chike is and embraced him. She hugged him so tightly and they both started crying. His mother held his hands and started feeling all over his body. "Chike, you now look so big, healthy and handsome. You are indeed doing well for yourself. Thanks to the gods for keeping you safe all this while." She set her gaze at Amaka, smiled and hugged her as well. Chike hugged his mother again and gave her the big bag of gifts he had bought for her. His mother was so happy and started singing songs of joy. Then she started shouting her husband's name, calling him out to come see his beloved son. Mr. Okonkwo, who was in the living room, listening to his radio tapes as usual, dashed out of the house to find out what was happening outside. To his surprise, it was Chike. He was shocked and dumbfounded to see Chike, especially as he now looked so handsome, well-fed and successful. Chike stood still, looking at his father. Mr. Okonkwo came closer to him, his pride humbled by the sight of his son's success. "Chike," he sighed, his hands shaking with emotion. "I was wrong. Can you please forgive an old fool?" Tears welled in Chike's eyes as he embraced his father. The wounds of the past finally healed by the power of love and forgiveness. His mother joined in the big hug, so also did Amaka. With reconciliation came redemption, and with redemption came the promise of a new beginning. Chike's relationship with his family blossomed anew. So too did his love for Amaka deepened and grew. One evening, as they sat beneath an orange tree, Chike took Amaka's hand in his own and gazed into her eyes with a love that transcended words. "Amaka," he signed, his hands trembling with emotion. "You have given me more than I could ever have imagined. With you by my side, I am whole." Moved by his words, Amaka smiled through tears of joy and nodded her head in silent agreement. And as they embraced each other, their hearts beating as one, they knew that their love was a force to be reckoned with, a testament to the power of hope, resilience, and the enduring spirit of the human heart. Not long, they got married, with great support from Ngozi and Uzo. And with the dawn of each new day, their love continued to flourish. Together, they worked tirelessly to build a life filled with purpose and meaning, their hearts united in a shared vision of a better tomorrow. As time went on, Chike's story spread far and wide, becoming a source of inspiration and hope for all who heard it. Amidst the accolades and admiration, Chike remained humble, his feet firmly planted on the ground, his heart forever grateful for the blessings that had come his way. For Chike had learned that true greatness lies not in what one hears, but in what one does. And as he continued to walk the path of love and forgiveness, he knew that his legacy would live on, a testament to the power of human spirit to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. Hope you enjoyed the story. If so, please like the video, comment what you learned from the tale, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Thanks for watching.